Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. So, we've got to talk about Justine Pat. We've got to talk about it properly this time. Why are we talking about Justine Pat? Because right now she is the most relevant player on the Indiana Fever roster, when it comes to upside intrigue, and what this team might actually become. Everyone already knows what a lot of the established players are going to give you. That part is not a mystery. What is a mystery is what Justine Pat brings when she's actually given real minutes in a real situation. And look, at the end of the day, yes, the Fever had a big win against the New York Liberty. That's great. It looks nice on paper, but let's be honest here. Preseason wins don't really matter. What matters is what you see from individuals, especially the fringe players, especially the young players trying to force their way into that final roster. And in that second half, all eyes should have been on Justine Pat. Now, how did it start? Not great. Not great at all. She comes in, tries to contest a shot, completely misses it, and gets called for what I'll call a phantom foul. And you could see the reactions straight away. Annalai May goes to the line, knocks down 3 free throws, and is literally laughing at the call. That's how soft it was. Then Justine Pat picks up another one, another questionable whistle. This time on a screen where it looked like there should have been more physicality allowed. So early on you're thinking, okay, this might be rough. But then everything flips because after those moments, Justine Pat starts to show why people are even talking about her in the first place. On both ends of the floor you start seeing flashes, and defensively it's chaotic. It's messy. It's raw. But it's also kind of effective in a weird way. Like she's out there just swiping at everything. Her limbs are everywhere. It genuinely looks like she doesn't fully have control yet. Like a player model in 2K, where you max out wingspan and leg length, and suddenly everything looks disproportionate. Arms flying, legs everywhere, just pure chaos. But here's the thing, it works sometimes. There are plays where the ball is nowhere near her, or at least it looks like it isn't. And then suddenly she just flings an arm out, and tips it straight to a teammate. You're sitting there thinking, how did she even get that? And that's where you go, okay, she's not there yet defensively. Not even close. Let's be real. She's not good enough defensively right now to be trusted in serious minutes. She's just not. But the tools are obvious. And that's where development comes in. You give a player like that a year with Bon January, someone who knows defense at a high level, someone who can actually teach positioning, timing, discipline, then you might have something because you can't teach length and you can't teach instinct like that. You refine it. Now offensively, that's where things get really interesting, because if you haven't seen Justine Pat operate, the first thing you notice is the trigger. It's quick, it's really quick. Ball swings to her, bang. No hesitation, no second guessing. She's playing the 4-5 right now, which makes it even more dangerous because defenders don't expect that kind of instant release from someone in that role. The ball gets to her, and it's already gone. And these aren't easy looks either. There's a play where Alex Fowler makes a pass from the point to the wing, and it's not perfect. It's one of those slightly off-target passes that you have to adjust to. And you know how people keep talking about Aussie FUD, and her mechanics about not dipping and all that. This is the kind of pass where most players would need a split second to gather. Not Justine Pat. She catches it clean, gets it off in about a half second, defender right in her face, and still knocks it down. She genuinely does not see contests. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean she just doesn't register them. It's like once she decides to shoot, that's it. The decision is made. And that kind of confidence is rare. You can't coach that into players. They either have it or they don't. And then there's the play. That really makes you sit up. She gets the ball in transition, or at least semi-transition, and instead of slowing it down she just decides, forget this, I'm going. Takes on Han Su, pulls off an in-and-out dribble, gets around her, goes for a left-handed finish, and nearly makes it, nearly. It just rims out. And you're sitting there thinking, okay, that's different. Because that's not just a shooter. That's someone trying to create. And right after that, she hits 2 threes in 3 possessions. Just like that. Back-to-back impact. Momentum completely shifting when she's on the floor. And then she gets pulled immediately because how do you justify that? How do you take out a player who just scored 8 points in about 3 minutes, blocked a shot, made an aggressive drive, and on top of that made arguably her best play of the game? A cut to the free throw line, caught it, read the defense, and delivered a perfect pass over the top to Shaturi Walker-Kimbrough for an and one? That's a complete sequence. That's not just scoring. That's processing. That's vision. That's impact. And she gets pulled for the rest of the game. Meanwhile, other players are out there struggling, missing shots, not impacting the game, and staying on the floor. So, naturally the question is why? And the answer, whether people like it or not, is that they're protecting something. They are hiding Justine Pat. Because if she keeps doing that in preseason, you force a decision. You force the coaching staff and the front office to make a call they might not want to make. Because if she proves she can contribute right now, then suddenly you're looking at veterans and asking hard questions. Who gets cut, who loses their spot? And people don't like doing that, especially not early. That's why you see Walker-Kimbrough getting extended run even when she struggled early, because she's a known quantity. And that's a conversation the Fever probably doesn't want happening publicly just yet. Now to be fair, Justine Pat is not ready. Let's not pretend otherwise. Defensively, she is a project. Decision-making is still inconsistent. There's a lot to clean up. But when you compare her to someone like Michaela Timpson, you start seeing the dilemma. Both have tools. Both have upside. Neither is fully ready. And carrying multiple development pieces like that on a roster is difficult. But here's the key difference. Justine Pat's offensive upside right now looks more translatable, especially when you factor in players like Demiris Dantas and Aaliyah Boston being part of the rotation. The spacing, the size, the roles. It starts to make more sense for Justine Pat to carve something out even in limited minutes. So now the Fever are in a tough spot, because they don't want to expose Justine Pat to the open market. They don't want another team seeing exactly what she can do in extended preseason minutes, and deciding to take a chance on her. That's a real risk. And that's where names like Amber Cox and Steph White come into the conversation, because decisions like pulling a player mid-run aren't random, they're calculated. Either it's tactical or it's about roster control. Personally, it feels more tactical than anything else. It doesn't look like malice. It looks like management. It looks like a team trying to navigate a situation where a young player might be forcing their hand earlier than expected. But still, from the outside it raises questions. Because if you've seen enough of Justine Pat to believe she's not making the team initially, then fine, that's a decision. But if you haven't, and you're actively limiting her chances to show it, then people are going to talk. That's just how it works. At the end of the day. The confidence is there, the aggression is there, the size is there, the shooting is very clearly there. The defense is still hypothetical, but with the right coaching it could become something. And that's why this situation matters, because players like Justine Pat don't stay hidden forever. Tell me what you think. Don't forget to like and subscribe.